Hey my dudes, it's Caitlin, and today we are going to be talking about brain dump journaling. As you guys know, I have my own brain dump journal that I use for everything and anything, and you guys have seen it a few times on this channel. Every time I show it, you guys ask me how to brain dump journal, and I've gotten so many requests on how to start, so that's what today's video is going to be. I'm going to tell you guys how to start your own brain dump journal. Brain dump journaling can be really rewarding, so I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to be part of the Caitlin Films family. And before we get into the video, let's talk about today's video sponsor. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of classes to choose from, covering anything from creative to entrepreneurial skills. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to all of the classes so you can find the right community and classes for you. Whether you want to fuel your creativity, your curiosity, or your career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving. So on Skillshare, I've been learning some editing skills recently for my videos, and I took an amazing class on how to better use Evernote, which is an app that I use to better organize myself and get my ideas going and just organize my life basically. I will link that class in the description if you guys want to check out the Evernote class. Skillshare is also incredibly affordable compared to in-person classes and workshops. It is literally less than $10 a month, so I do believe that it is pretty affordable for college students if you want to learn new skills that you can't get taught at university. Because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, they are giving you 2 months of Skillshare Premium for free with the link in the description box. So don't forget to sign up to redeem your offer, and it'll really help me out if you guys do sign up. I highly recommend using it, especially if you get 2 months for free. You might as well check out a few classes and see if you like it. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and with all that being said, let's figure out how to start a brain dump journal. Okay, so first off, you may be wondering, what is a brain dump journal? So a brain dump journal can literally be anything you want, but I'm going to tell you guys what it is for me. Basically, it is just a notebook to put anything and everything that I want to. Anytime I need a piece of paper, I use this notebook. It can be more constructed, or it can just be a free flow of thoughts. In my brain dump notebook, I put anything from journal entries to grocery lists to sketch pages. It is really up to you what does go in your brain dump journal, but I'm going to give you guys some guidelines to get started so you can start your own. Okay, so first off, how to start is very simple. The first step is to find a notebook or journal that you love, whether it has a cute cover or whether you like the type of pages it has inside of it. You just need to find one that you love. I recommend one that fits the kind of medium you're going to use. So if you're planning on using markers, then get one that suits markers. That's pretty easy. If you decide to watercolor in your brain dump notebook, maybe get a watercolor notebook to do it. And I'll show you the exact supplies that I use later on in this video. The next step is to find pens and markers that you love. And if you don't know where to start with that, I'm going to tell you guys what my favorite pens and markers are to brain dump journal and just draw in general. Next, decide how to utilize it. So you can do freeform, prompts, list making. You can dedicate it to a certain thing, but I just really like the freeform version, so that's what I'm going to delve more into. And the freeform version can have prompts and lists and stuff, so that's why I think it's the best one to do. So now we're going to get on to supplies that I use, which are my top favorite supplies to use in my brain dump journal. So I use a blank Moleskine notebook. I don't have lines or dots or anything. I use Tombow dual brush pens, Faber Castell Pitt artist pens in the brush or bold, it's just the letter B. Papermate flare markers, they come in a ton of colors and they're felt tip. They're really good for like small writing that you want to be colorful. And my favorite just black pen to use is a Papermate Inkjoy 0.7 gel pen, and it is just my favorite to use for school, for brain dump journaling, for journaling. I use it for literally everything. Washi tape is also fun to use if you want to stick stuff in your brain dump journal. And then I also use a ruler for certain things, especially when I set up my index in my brain dump journal, which is the only like planned part of my whole brain dump journal is the index. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how I specifically brain dump journal. So to start off, I make an index in the front of the book. So you can make your index however you want, but I just use a ruler and sort of make it to fit the page. I don't know the exact dimensions, which would be helpful, but you guys can literally just like a list. It doesn't have to be as set up as mine is. The reason I number my pages is because there are so many pages in here and there is anything and everything in here, so it can be hard to find exactly what you're looking for. So the index allows you to figure out where you put that grocery list from like 2 months ago, or where you planned an assignment if it was a little while ago. And when you look back on it in the future, you can like look through the index and find anything you need to, really. And it's cool to see how many pages you filled, because I just love filling the notebooks, so seeing how far I've gotten with a number is really cool. Like I said, anything that I want to do, I do in this notebook, and I don't hold myself accountable for making it look pretty. I sort of started this notebook because I am a perfectionist. When I made this notebook for myself, I told myself it's not going to be perfect. I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be freeform, just anything that I want to put in here. I don't want to stress about making it look a certain way, like a bullet journal. And that's how it sort of started. I wanted like a stress-free journaling experience. I did try to bullet journal, but I am such a perfectionist that it took me hours to make spreads, and that's just not practical for me. I don't really have time for that. So the brain dump journal is the perfect way to just like do what I need to do and get it down on the paper. So now I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks that I've learned while filling my past 2 brain dump journals. If you're looking for the art supplies that I mentioned, you can go to any Blick store, or you can go to dickblick.com. They have so many art supplies that like it'll blow your mind how much art supplies they have. I've just been using their website forever, and you can pick like individual colors and stuff. It's really cool. They just like sell art supplies wholesale. If you're planning on starting a brain dump journal, I suggest to start now, because the longer you tell yourself you're gonna do it and don't do it, then you're just not gonna start it. Go find a notebook that you love and start putting literally everything in it, and you'll fill it up pretty quickly. Make it practical and not a hassle to use. Do not stress over perfection. The reason this is different from like a bullet journal is that, like, for me personally, is because the whole point of it is not to be cute, it's to be practical and fun, and in the end it turns out being cute when you use all these colors and get creative. Even though it's not perfect, it ends up being sort of like a big collage of everything that you do, and that's what makes it so unique. So don't stress over perfection with a brain dump notebook. It's supposed to be practical, not perfect. If you're having trouble putting things in your brain dump notebook and you prefer to have prompts, use Pinterest to find prompts. There are so many on there. It's insane. I looked it up when I was like making the outline for this video, and there are a million prompts that you could choose from. I suggest no lines because I like it to be just a flow of consciousness, and the lines sort of break that up. So I try to just I love the blank pages because you can do anything you want on it. Now I'm going to give you guys some prompts and ideas and just general things that I thought were cool, or things that I do to put in your brain dump journal. Things that I do are to-do lists, day plans, calendars, habit trackers, grocery lists, project planning, sketch page, goal lists, and class schedules. I think those are all things that are cool to just keep as especially the class schedule. That'll be cool to look back on in a few years. And here are some Pinterest prompts that I thought were pretty cool to do. Weekly and daily routines, where you see yourself in 5 years, map of places to travel, things to do when you're bored, gratitude log, summer bucket list, mood tracker, favorite songs right now, life goals, about you page, mini vision board or favorites list. All of these things will be cool to look back on. Okay guys, that is it for today's video. I appreciate you guys watching so much. I hope that this helped you in your journaling endeavors. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them down below. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week in another video. Peace out, guys.